feel like he made us all a lot less nervous because it's quite a big deal, like standing next to mics and having to sing, and I'd never done that.
Hi, Emma and David. How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, but I'm sad now because I didn't get the jumper memo. Like, what's this? You told me I would have brought my black jumper with a design on it.
Completely unplanned, but...
Really? It was unplanned?
Yeah.
I love how you're in sync.
Yeah.
Guys, I saw the movie 2 days ago and it's so good. Like, the storytelling present in this movie is just phenomenal. So what was your reaction when you first watched it back the first time?
Oh, for me, actually, the big treat of the first time I saw it was, there's half of a movie that we weren't party to.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, we never even got to spend time with, our counterparts. So that was the real treat, actually, to watch Gina, Linus, and Rupert and the story of the older characters.
Yeah, totally same for me. And because I really hate watching myself, but then because half the film wasn't anything to do with me or David and Harry and us, it was really nice. I could felt like I was really watching it like as a film and get lost in it. I also remember being really moved by the music. I just wouldn't hear the music for like days afterwards. I thought the score was so beautiful.
So beautiful. And obviously, I feel like there's elements of like heartbreak in the movie, and I feel like certain like sounds in the score just really encapsulate heartbreak. Like, it's absolutely so beautiful.
Yeah, it's like one of those classic romance film soundtrack, just like sweeping score. Really I think they're bringing out a record. Did Michael say that in Toronto? I feel like he said that in Toronto.
Oh, cool.
Which case, like a record player.
Oh, nice. What, like it'll be on Spotify or something like that?
Yeah, Spotify, and then they're making an actual...
Like an LP?
Yeah, is that what you call it? I'm so whatever.
Love it. I love how in the movie, your character didn't know how to swim, and I was like, oh my god, me and Marion have something in common. I can't swim either. So is that the same in real life? Like, did Harry Styles actually have to teach you how to swim, or you knew how to swim?
Can you imagine if Harry Styles taught me to swim? No, I could swim. Quite funny trying to pretend like you didn't know how to swim, because it becomes so like riding a bike. But very sweet, like it's sort of, and they have this, like they fall in love through like exchanging skills and sharing their different worlds. Those are beautiful scenes, fun to film.
Yeah, really fun. I feel like it's everyone's dream romance. And obviously working so closely with Harry, both of you, and on the topic of him teaching you how to swim, was there anything that he taught you extra, like outside of that?
Well, actually, I will say the first time we all were in a room together, we were recording a song in a recording studio in London. And that was very hilarious because I don't know about you, David, but it was my first time in a recording studio, and obviously Harry's like umpteenth time. And so it was like very much his like, what do you call it? Ground, like territory, yeah. And that was really fun. And I feel like he made us all a lot less nervous because it's quite a big deal, like standing next to mics and having to sing, and I'd never done that.
Right. Oh my god.
Felt so at ease and like made us all feel at ease, which was really good.
I love that. And I also love in the movie there was a scene where all of you three were singing together. Like I could just tell, like, just good vibes all between you guys. Now the movie it touches on this topic of like secrets. So I have to ask both of you, is there a secret or a white lie that you've previously told in order to get a part?
Yeah.
Spill.
It was at the Old Vic. It was a play called The Entertainer, and my character had to be able to play the piano. I got, and I said I could play. So the next day I bought a piano and hired someone to teach me, because I had to be risen out of the orchestra pit in the Old Vic playing with a band. My fingers were like that the first time I did, but we managed to. I can't play piano, but I can play one song very well now.
That's amazing. I don't like that. I don't think I've ever told a white lie to get a part. No.
But I love that story, David. Oh my god, like that was a risk you took, but it paid off, it seemed like. Yeah, oh my god. And David, in the movie, Patrick keeps the journal of all those special moments he shared with Tom. So for you guys, do you journal? And if you do, what would some of your career highlights be if you would make a diary entry about that?
Ooh.
Good question. I do journal, yeah. Not as often as I like. I feel like there's always like so many ways to get distracted from journaling, but God, I mean, so many, and I want to keep it because, you know, this, when you're living, you know, I feel like this job takes you to so many places and you meet so many extraordinary people and hear so many stories from all these different people, even just like being on a set and all the crew you meet and everyone's lives and what they've done. And it's so good to keep track of these things because you just know that one day you'll want to look back and like be like, oh my gosh, I remember that. Or yeah.
No, I don't keep a journal, but I like to write an awful lot, scribble down ideas about plays or screenplays. And I suppose when you look back at that, it's almost like a journal because the time period in which you wrote it, you can understand the voice in which you're putting that down on the page. Career highlights. Don't know. I worked on a show called The Last Kingdom, which was like took up 4 years of my life. So that was incredibly special. We worked with the same cast and crew for 4 years, so we all grew incredibly close. And we were working away in Hungary. It was just one big adventure. Yeah, I think that's probably a very special job to me. Yeah.
How do you guys hope that this film contributes to the narrative in today's society that preaches acceptance? Because obviously, you know, the world that your characters lived in is a very different world to the world we live in now. So how do you hope this movie contributes to today's narrative of acceptance?
Well, I think that, like, in some ways, the world has changed, but also in many ways, for many people, it hasn't.
Of course.
Especially with, like, you know, Don't Say Gay bans across the US and the censorship in queer literature in the US and other parts of the world. And so I hope that people will go and feel that although it's very much set in its time and its period, it's also like a message that we need to keep fighting for acceptance and for people to love who they want to love.
Yeah, I think there's enormous power in receiving art about our past, and hopefully, even if in a small way, this film can be a part of a conversation where people perhaps learn more about a time they didn't know about, in order for us to continue to keep moving forward and progress to be made.
And Emma, like, I feel like, you know, a lot of movies are coming out with you in them, playing different women from different time periods. I mean, we've got you in this, we've got you in Lady Chatterley, and obviously you play Princess Diana. So for you, like, what is it like delving into the past and, you know, playing these women from these different time periods? And do you have a favorite?
Ooh, I don't think I have a favorite because I think that I really enjoy how different all these stories are. And I'm just interested in humans, I guess, and human stories, and I'm exploring, like, what motivates people, how people deal with things. And as someone, like, I feel like, you know, someone growing and changing and learning stuff about myself, it's like a treat to explore different perspectives, and it's fun, and they're all very different.
And we spoke about the soundtrack earlier, which you said was so beautiful. It really paints the picture of romance, heartbreak, and all of the themes in the movies. So for you guys, if you could pick one song to almost like overlay or underlay your life and your career, what would it be?
God, what a question. Oh. Something Bob Dylan, I think.
I love that.
Side, like, I don't know.
There's a Bizarre Moloko song that Rasheen Murphy is one of my all-time heroes.
Yeah.
It's called Fun for Me. Maybe that.
That's a good one.
I love that. And lastly, before I go, I have to talk about your outfits at the Toronto International Film Festival. The looks were serving. So talk me through them. And Emma, I have to ask you, what is it like sharing the same stylist as Harry Styles?
Great. Harry Lambert's an absolute genius and a really close friend. And yeah, he has such imagination and forces me to go places that push me out my comfort zone, which I love. And he really understands me, which is always really nice. So I always feel very safe and comfortable. It's fun. Yeah.
I love that. Guys, I've been given the wrap, but it's been such a pleasure to speak with you both. And I really, really, really thought the film was beautiful. So thank you so much for your work in this. Thank you so much.
Hits Radio.